What's going on, guys? Buzz back here again for another match review. Verona 1, Inter 2. My score prediction was that we'd win this 3-1. And we came close. Lukaku came close with the multiple chances he had at the end of the second half. But yeah, this match was a good match and a good one to end it right before Christmas break, which is a gift for all Inter fans who are celebrating Christmas or celebrating New Year's going into the new year, and Christmas with a win. So no better way to celebrate than a good Christmas on Friday and an Inter win on a Wednesday. Couldn't have it any other way. But yeah, for this match, there's speculation of us trying out a new formation. Reports saying we would go to 3-4-3 with Perisic and Lautaro on the wings. But I ended up seeing on Sky Italia that they had it as a 3-4-2-1 with the regular back line, which you already know. Bastoni, or not Bastoni. The regular back line, which consisted of Bastoni, De Vrij, Skriniar, with the midfield four of Young, Brozovic, Barella, and Hakimi, and then double before the striker of Perisic and Lautaro with the Lukaku up top, which is pretty interesting because whatever attack we had going forward kind of got nullified with Hellas Verona's defensive style and play that they did, because any chance that we had trying to shoot balls long and over the top got nullified with them playing deep. And also with Inter Loni DiMarco on the other team for Verona, either kind of having little spells where he would turn up really good and try and have a shot on goal, which he did try to have a shot on goal, which Handanovic did save very nicely, or he'd end up kind of just pissing about. But this match, for me, it was a bit weird to see a new formation against Hellas Verona, who play defensive instead of trying to play against Spezia and have a go. But that's another time for another story. So after 14 matches, we're still 1 point off of Milan. And Juventus actually had their game repelled back from the Napoli debacle. So they're, I think, 6 points off of us. But on to the match review. This match saw Lautaro Martinez score, as well as Milan Skriniar scoring, and Handanovic did make an error. But we did end up having 18 shots on goal, with one in the first half should have gone in from Lautaro. Nice build-up play from Perisic to pick out Lukaku. Lukaku uses his pace and strength to go forward down the line, more towards the left side of Hellas Verona's box. Cuts back, passes straight to Lautaro. Lautaro shoots directly at the keeper. That's one good chance. And then there were multiple chances for Lukaku towards the end of the second half, right before the ref blew the whistle, where he literally had multiple chances. It either went wide, or it just went at the keeper, or he tried chipping it, one way or another. But Lautaro Martinez ended up scoring and breaking the deadlock with the cross from Hakimi, which Achraf Hakimi has been doing pretty good. Past two games he scored, and this one he assisted, similar to when the first two games of the season, where he either scored and assisted or assisted and scored. But he's coming into form. He's still a young winger. Give him time to adapt. Similar to Theo Hernandez, which even then is still pretty funny. How could Real Madrid let go of two quality fullbacks that play on both opposite sides, that could basically be the future, are both playing in for Milan clubs at AC Milan and at Inter, which is pretty funny. And second goal for Inter comes from a set piece of a corner, with Milan Skriniar scoring it. Just up the end, Hellas Verona scored right before we scored our second one from a Handanovic error, which is kind of sad, because Handanovic happened to make a really good save on DiMarco, who had a shot on goal, and he had made pretty good saves before this. But for Hellas Verona's It ends up coming in as a cross. He just palms it. Doesn't catch it, just palms it. Drops, and it's Hellas Verona is able to pick up a goal and tie it 1-1. But then we end up going up the end and getting a corner and scoring from there. Which, anytime, like I said, my last match review against Spezia, going into this, Inter might not make it easy. We might make it hard on ourselves, which it was 2-1. It should have been 3-1 for the chances Lukaku had. And I was getting a bit nervy, which usually, when you watch Inter, and it's pretty close by just a goal, it can get pretty nervy. But we end up coming away with the victory. Not the score I wanted, but hey, close. But Lukaku was my man of the match. The second close being Lautaro for a lot of what he was doing, building up the play. He did have a shot on goal, which didn't go in, but he ended up making up for it by breaking the deadlock and scoring a goal. Achraf Hakimi coming into form. And you can kind of tell where this Inter team is sort of going with Conte. Not to say sort of going, because we already know what Conte wants to do. But the team's starting to gel together. As before, when you look back at like the first two games, Kolarov in defense, Vidal, all this sorts of new players coming in, and us kind of feeling a little jagged and jaded. Now everything's starting to come together, gel together slowly, and we're starting to build on top of it. I think it's 7 wins so far. But yeah, we go into this, basically go into the new year, basically second, 1 point off of Milan, and our first game back is on the 3rd of January against Crotone. And also going into this, going into the new year, we're going to be entering the January transfer market. Beppe Morata's already come out and basically said that Christian Eriksen's probably on the chopping block to go, which more than likely, I was speaking with Inter Worldwide earlier during a post-match for the match against Verona. And they're saying maybe there might be swap deals being done between clubs because in the middle of a pandemic, there might not be much money running around. But as well as Eriksen being on the chopping block, there's reports that Ivan Perisic might go. Matheus Vecino might leave as well, although Conte wants to give him at least a chance. As well as Raja Nainggolan might be on the chopping block, or he probably is on the chopping block. I'm not sure. I'll have to check up on that. And whenever we get to Crotone, or if there's any news, I'll cover it then. Which even on the Raja Nainggolan situation is very sad. It's a bit similar to the Icardi situation, except that's kind of different. Although this one, Nainggolan's attitudes let him down. It doesn't seem like he really wants to drive and put in the work and effort. I'm not saying he doesn't have the drive and the effort, but he doesn't want to be like maybe a winner or a champion, which is pretty sad because everyone, most Inter fans, including myself, was very excited to see a Vidal and Nainggolan midfield, which just screams terror. And midfield of Vidal and Nainggolan just seemed dangerous. Like that right there is probably going to win the league. But to see the situation with the Nainggolan, and then even with Eriksen as well, to see the situation there, basically signed for 20 mil, thinking we're going to basically get sort of a mold of Stefano Sensi as a replacement, with Stefano Sensi being injured last season during the Juve match, but it hasn't worked out there either. So in that regards, we'll see where the January transfer market goes. We'll see how the team gets on in January moving forward. We're out of European competitions, so no Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Monday matchups going on. And yeah, hopefully we're able to continue our form going into the new year. I'll catch you guys back here for a match review of Inter vs Crotone. And I just want to say to any Inter fans who are celebrating around the world Christmas this Friday, I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays and a Happy New Year. And hopefully we can go and continue our form and maybe push for the title. I'm Buzz. This has been my match review for Inter versus Hellas Verona. Inter 2, Verona 1. And leave your thoughts and comments down below. And I'll catch you guys in the new year. Happy 2021. Ciao.